battle sisters, armoured in might and unwielding faith.
Hello everyone,
skilled in wielding the holy trinity of
another
bolter,
Warhammer
melter,
model build.
and flamer.
In this model
The battle
build,
sisters
I am going to
of
be
the
building
Order
the
Militant
Adeptus
are among the
Sororitas
most potent
Sisters of
defenders
Battle,
of humanity.
Battle Sister Squad
These
from
are the prosecutors of the Ecclesiarchy's Wars of Faith, annihilating the
There will not be a
enemies of the
painting one with
Emperor
this one.
wherever
It will just be
they
literally a
are
build
found.
of the models. I will be putting in the lore of
Battle
the unit,
Sisters squads.
possibly using
Battle Sisters
time-lapse
make up the
for
vast majority
the video.
each of the Order Militant.
And then if
They
I
are
still
the foot
need to go
soldiers
into
of
some
the
extra
Emperor.
bits, I'll
His
talk about
sword
the rules of the
defiance,
models
his
as
shield
well. So,
indomitable.
I hope that you enjoy.
Beneath their thundering bolters, countless aliens, mutants, traitors and heretics have met their doom. Wherever they advance across the battlefield, the light of the Emperor spreads like a holy dawn, manifesting in miracles that see the bolts and blasts of the enemy turned impossibly aside, or the foe consumed by the fires of righteous retribution. Onwards the Battle Sisters march, their exalted prayers ringing out all the more stridently at those breathtaking proofs of the Emperor's magnificent divinity, and with each squeeze of their triggers they dispatch more of the unworthy abominations that dare stand against the master of mankind. The Battle Sisters begin their lives as orphans, the daughters of imperial soldiery, or adepts who are taken in and given training by the Schola Progilium. Each scholar is a central of doctorate training, brutally strict discipline and martial rigour. Here, those who become Battle Sisters learn to revere the divine God Emperor of mankind above all others. They solemnly swear on the golden throne to serve him with their every breath, and should the need be called upon to do so, with their deaths. It speaks much of the imperial faith that the Battle Sisters march undaunted against all manner of horrific threats in the fulfillment of their vows of service. The Battle Sisters are truly frightening arm of the Ecclesiarchy. To a woman, they are physically powerful and martially adept, schooled for years in the art of armed and unarmoured combat, squad-based tactics and doctrine-specific imperations, as well as the recognition of moral and military threats, and the Madrid event enemies that they will have to face in defence of the Emperor's faith. They exhibit a level of stern discipline far in the excess that is shown by the majority of humanity's unaugmented defenders, though they undergo none of the psycho-introduction or neo-enhanced surgery of the Adeptus Astartes, thanks to their faith and their spiritual and moral strength. The Battle Sisters appear nearly as fearless as the Space Marines. Their presence upon the battlefield is as inspiring as it is fearsome, and their relentless advance is unwavering, even in the face of the most incommensurable odds or monstrous foes. Battle Sisters wear blessed power armour and wield sanctified bolt guns. The former are fully enclosed suits of ceramic and plate steel plate, whose servo-assisted strength is provided by a bulky backpack unit wired directly into the main suit. Without the power these packs provide, the armour would be unwieldy, almost to the point of uselessness. With it, however, power armour not only enables a Battle Sister strength enormously without any way restricting her movement or speed, but it further provides such exceptional protection that she can wade through hails of small arms fire without so much as breaking stride. The bolt guns wielded by the Battle Sisters, meanwhile, fire hails of self-propelled, mass-reactive miniature warheads. These shells have the capability to punch through armor, flesh, and bone before their micro-concentrators trigger and they detonate deep within the luckless target. So it is that the foes fired upon by squads of Battle Sisters are not merely mowed down, but instead blown apart in spectacular fountains of gore and ruptured flesh. Each Battle Sister squad is led by a Sister Superior, and often augmented by the addition amidst the ranks of Dominators or Retributor Sisters wielding special issue or heavy weaponry, or such additional armaments flourish the Sisters with the firepower to annihilate enemy battle tanks or annihilate great swathes of foe infantry amongst blowing infernos of flame. It is the Sister Superior who form the true linchpin of each squad of Battle Sisters. Speaking with authority, divide from years of combat experience and supreme faith in the God Emperor. These remarkable officers ensure that every sister under their command fights to the full extent of her abilities and endurance, therefore maximizing the strength and strategic impacts of the squad as a whole. In most orders, it is the Sister Superior who will one day go to become Canoness. During their tenure as a Sister Superior, they learn not only the art of command, but also that of delivering impractical and inspirational battle services. Such rousing oratory can keep the warriors fighting in the face of impossible odds, and can seamlessly cool down the wrath of the God Emperor himself upon their enemies. Dominion Squads. While the advance of the Battle Sister Squad is typically steady and unraveling, the Dominion Squads strike as swift and furiously as holy lightning, channeling all their hatred and fury towards the enemy of mankind. These warriors swarm through the enemy lines armed with a plethora of flamer and melter weapons, in which they disperse devastating short-range death. Whether the enemy must be cleared from a command bunker or a captured strategic site, whether the foe's battle lines must be smashed asunder or a dangerous enemy counterattack blunted with raw ferocity, there to do so the Dominations strike. The Sisters of Domination squad are courageous and aggressive, but they are not impervious. Under the watchful eyes of their Sister Superior, these squads temper their desire to bring their wrath to bear with a keen awareness of local strategic conditions. Dominations swiftly appraise the enemy and then pick out and eliminate each priority target in turn, using precisely the right weapon for the job. It is this skill, along with specialist training in the arming and maintenance rituals required to invoke the machine spirits of flamers, stormbelters and melter guns, that make the Dominations so overwhelming deadly in a firefight, and such valuable secondary additions to Battle Sister squads. Domination squads are typically born into battle aboard fast-moving armoured transports, Rhinos and Immolarators roar across the battlefield, enemy fire ricocheting from their hulls as the bearers of the Domination squads to battle. Only at the very edge of the contested ruins or enemy-held trench line did these vehicles slow to a halt, their own guns thundering even as the ramps slammed down and the Dominations stormed forth. With prayer to the Emperor upon their lips, the flamer and melter gun wielding sisters scythed down their foes with overwhelming point-blank firepower. They then seep onwards to the next objective, leaving the Baptists back to secure the sites of strategic importance that the Dominations have scored clean of the foe. Their tactics echo the ancient document persisted by the daughters of the Emperor known as the Unyielding Word. This doctrine was developed to deliver righteousness where it was needed most, to shatter the faithless and clear ground to allow the Emperor's light to shine. Retributor squads. Among the majority of the Order militant, it takes long years to advance to the ranks of the Retributor squad. The sisters that combine these warriors' bands are the most level-headed, immovable, and boldly determined of all their kind. They are also amongst each order's finest sharpshooters. It is well that all of this is so, for to the Retributor falls greatly responsibility of providing targeted firepower support for their advancing sisters. In order to best fulfill this role, each squad of Retributors is armed with an array of heavy bolters, multi-melters, and heavy flamers that bring their firepower in line with that of a battle tank. Combined with the sisters' expert eyes for targeting positions, identify enemy weak points, and optimizing firing solution, these devastated armaments make each squad of Retributors a terrifying, potent battlefield accent. Retributor squads provide hammering volleys of long-range covering fire as the main Adeptosaurus forces press onwards into the foe. They single out and annihilate enemy tanks, rampaging war machines, and monstrous beasts, so that these heretical abominations cannot harm their comrades or disrupt the Order's battle plans. And striking from afar, Retributors are capable of reducing enemy formations to fire-blasted shells and advancing enemy infantry waves to mounds of smouldering corpses. Yet, even when advancing as part of the battle line, they lose none of their deadly capability. The more aggressive orders, such as the Ancient Shroud, often send Retributor squads forward in armoured transports, from which they disembark and annihilate the foe when acceptable souls of flame, explosive belts, and superheated energies for their victims can so much as raise the weapons to fight back. That was the lore of the Battle Sister squad. Now to give you a breakdown of the rules and their stats. So the Battle Sisters have a movement of 6 inches, a weapon skill of 4+, a ballistic skill of 3+, a strength of 3, a toughness of 3, 1 wound, 1 attack, a leadership of 7, and a saving throw of 3+. The Sister Superior has an attack of 2 and a leadership of 10. Apart from that, all the other stats are exactly the same. A unit contains 1 Sister Superior and 4 Battle Sisters. It can additionally contain up to 5 Battle Sisters or up to 10 Battle Sisters. Every model is equipped with a bolt gun, bolt pistol, frag grenade, and crack grenades. The bolt pistol has a 12-inch range, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The bolt gun has a 24-inch range, it's rapid fire, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Frag grenade is a 6-inch range, it's a D6 shot, strength 3, 0 AP, 1 damage. While crack grenade is 1 grenade with a strength of 6, an AP of -1, and D3 damage. Wargear options. 1 Battle Sister can be equipped with 1 weapon from the special weapons list instead of a bolt gun. 1 Battle Sister can be equipped with one of the following instead of a bolt gun weapon from the heavy weapons list, or 1 weapon from the special weapons list. 1 Battle Sister equipped with 1 bolt gun can have the Selectum Imperius. The Sister Superior can additionally be equipped with 1 weapon from the melee weapon list, or can be equipped with 1 weapon from the melee list instead of a bolt gun. The Sister Superior can be equipped with 1 weapon from the range weapon list instead of the bolt gun, and the Sister Superior can be equipped with 1 of the pistols instead of the bolt gun. The unit can have an Intercessor Cherub. the Cerulean Imperius. If the model in this unit has a Cerulean Imperius, and once per phase you can perform an act of faith on this unit, even if you performed an act of faith in this phase. The Intercessor Cherub. If the unit has an Intercessor Cherub, then once per battle at the beginning of the phase, that Intercessor Cherub can intercept. If it does, the Interceptor Cherub is removed from play and you gain 1 miracle dice. Roll 2d6 when you do so and select the one you want to keep. The miracle dice you gain can only be used to perform an act of faith for this unit, and only in that phase. At the end of the phase, the dice has not been used, it is lost. So yes, that's the rules for the Battle Sister Squad.
And there they are. The Battle Sister Squad is all ready to be painted. As you can see, I have done them in sub-assemblies. This just makes it easier to do the detailed parts of the individual models. The only complete one is the Sister Superior and the sister with the Storm Bolter. The rest of them, as you see, are in sub-assemblies, like the Flamer, which is attached to the Flamer Gal, and of course the base. It just makes it easier, for, as I say, for painting. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And until the next one, this is DCB for the Emperor.